The next speaker is the Honorable Shaik Emam.
Thank you, House Chairperson. Amnesty International reports and the evidence points a damning picture of discrimination and ruthless and excessive force by Israelis against Palestinian people. Now, House Chairperson, I heard someone say on this side that the buck stops on this side with the police force. I'm not in agreement with that. The buck stops with politicians. We are the root cause of why our police officers are dying. 35 of them die every year in this country. And you know, Minister, when I saw your trainees during the weekend, I actually pitied them because my heart broke for them, wondering which one of those are going to be next once they're on the ground. At what? 13 Rand a day danger allowance, which we've now increased to 23 Rand. We haven't done them a favor. How many of you, I ask you again, honestly speaking, will put your children in that danger zone for 23 Rand a day? Taking the taxis and the buses, the public, so how many of you are willing to do that? None of you are willing to do it, but all it is, we blame the police officers. The police did not tell somebody to rape somebody. They did not tell them to go and commit a crime. It's we. If you went to Kimberley on the weekend, there's a 68% unemployment rate. Hundreds of taverns with 80,000 people only living there. Off sales, bottle stores, 60 some odd of them. 127, I think if that's the number correct, of second-hand dealers. These are what is happening. So the problem is this, that we are creating the problem. Now, what do you say? What do you say to people like Donovan Prince's family, who was brutally murdered in Steenberg Villa? What do you say to Ashwin Pedro? What do you say to Constable Breakfast's family in the Eastern Cape and Sergeant Mdoko's family? All we do is when they die mercilessly at the hands of criminals, what are we doing? We are going there, of course, condolence motions, and then what happens? We forget about them. Have you forgotten that it is those police officers that are out there while we're living on the gravy train, that are going out there, sacrificing their life just to protect us and our families in this country? What are we doing to help them? Very little or nothing. That is why we say, Minister, that is why we say there should be no tax for police officers up to a certain grade. We agree with that. We say that unless you give them and pay them well, they will be tempted to corruption. They will be tempted to looting because politicians are the ones that attract them with the corrupt activities. So we are saying, pay your police officers, pay them well so they would be motivated. Give them decent housing. I've heard you're going to deploy a lot of those trainees to different provinces. Where must they go and live? Give them the housing that they deserve. Give them the benefits that they deserve. But more importantly, let politicians take responsibility for why the country is in the state in which it is today. It's not the police officers. They are there to prevent crime. You are creating the conducive environment, and they must go and protect the people of this country. Thank you very much. The NFP supports this. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable members. For the next 5 minutes, we'll give the minister to do a wrap-up.
Thank you very much, Chair. Thanks to the members that have contributed constructively. Honorable Member White says he didn't hear us saying anything about the police that lose their lives on the line of duty. You read the speech, you'll see that so much has been said. But we're not only saying things about that. For instance, I was part of the funeral of the police that was killed in court in Kabeja, a 42-year-old sergeant. He's got 15, 7, and 4 years old. They are taken care of, all those that they are giving the police bursary. All the members of the police that die on the line of duty are taken care of until all of them, they pass the first degree of their life. And that trust was created by a certain national commissioner in 2010, who was the national commissioner of the police. Never existed before that until then. More than 1,000 students have been taken care of. And we're not just talking about it, we're giving support to those orphans of the police that die on the line of duty. We are calling to the communities, we're calling on the communities to be part of that and to make sure that we fight the scourge of killing the police and police themselves to be more vigilant when it comes to that matter. Honorable Honevat, I think the Deputy Minister has spoken. Please bring those cases forward so that we take care. Unfortunately, Mfundisi has just left. Maybe that's why he's very backdated because he speaks and he leaves. He never sit down to listen when he gets the answers. All these things we're saying here about DNA are all outdated. Everything he said is outdated. So I'm not going to, but I'll try because Mfundisi to sit down with him and update him about these matters. Okay. Going forward. But thanks to the members, all of them that have raised, we are taking things that you have said on board, and we hope they will take us forward. Honorable Teleplage. No, he was a general when he left. He was responsible for building the police station. That was his job. I remember him very well. Maybe he's going to remember that we met in the plane. You were from KZN to look after the station called Nzuze. That you promised me that it will be built. It has not been built. Hang on. You were responsible for building the police station. Instead of building the police station, I'm not going to tell what you did. But the crux of the matter is no use for you to come here and throw the stones as if you were not part of it. You are part of the problem that the police are saving now. You are general, we gave you the budget and you did not, as I speak now, you took a flight from Johannesburg to Pretoria there to go, and you told me that in 3 months that police station will be built. That was 2010 that we are responsible. So, therefore, ungezila uzozenza ungcwele kube kuwena oshiya izinto zamapeketwane nabantu osebenza nabo le kufanele usho uchaze izono zakho ukuthi okungenzeki nawe kwakuhlula wawukhona wanikwa ithuba wangakwenza uyeza la zoba ngumsindo la as if wawungekho wawukhona. Therefore, it's important to be honest. It's important to have a conscience to tell the truth of what happens during your time. And indeed, you were there. You didn't do anything. That's why even today you are facing those backlogs. So I'm inviting you once in a lifetime to tell the truth. Thank you very much.